A door slams and your body jumps before your mind decides whether anything is wrong. Minutes later, your heart still races and the room feels unsafe, despite clear evidence of safety. Trauma rewires alarm systems built for survival, so ordinary cues can trigger the same emergency physiology. These circuits operate deep below deliberate thinking, pushing hormones, muscles, and attention into protection mode automatically. When the body stays on guard, sleep, focus, and relationships suffer, even when life appears stable. People may feel ashamed or confused because reactions seem irrational, yet the nervous system learned them for a reason. At work, a neutral comment can sound like danger, and the body tightens while words disappear. Later, the same person replays the moment, wondering why calm choices felt impossible in real time. In the next sections, we will map how trauma lives in memory, relationships, language, and the body. This video is inspired by The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk, and subscribe to learn practical recovery tools. Trauma is not only what happened, but the lasting imprint it leaves on the mind, brain, and body. The mechanism involves fragmented memory, where sights, sounds, and sensations reactivate faster than conscious narrative. When a cue matches those fragments, the emotional brain can signal threat, even if the present is different. Stress chemistry can continue to flow as if danger persists, leaving the body exhausted and the mind stuck in constant alert. A person might hear a familiar tone of voice, and suddenly their chest constricts, making it hard to follow the conversation. Later, they can explain the trigger, but the body still reacts first because it learned through sensation. This is why trauma feels like a return, not a recollection, because the body reenacts what it stored. Recovery requires changing those automatic patterns, not just understanding them, so the present can be registered as safe. Start by noticing which sensations show up first, such as changes in breath, jaw pressure, or numbing. Write down the cue and the body response, then practice orienting to current surroundings until the alarm eases. Agency means feeling you can choose your response, rather than being driven by automatic reactions. Sensing internal signals is crucial for this choice, a skill that can be lost through numbing and disconnection. When people cannot identify what is happening inside, discomfort rises without clear meaning, making regulation harder. The result can be either explosive emotion or a shutdown state that blocks curiosity, connection, and learning. In a tense room, one person scans faces, misses neutral cues, and assumes rejection before anyone speaks clearly. Another person notices their breath and feet on the floor, then asks for clarification instead of bracing for impact. This contrast shows how body awareness converts vague fear into information that can be worked with. As inner signals become readable, the nervous system learns that sensations can rise and fall without disaster. Build sensory vocabulary by tracking one signal each day, like temperature, pressure, or movement in the chest. Pair that noticing with a grounded action, such as slower exhalations, gentle movement, or a brief body scan. Feeling safe with others is a biological regulator, not just a comforting idea or preference. The mechanism is attunement, where faces, voices, and rhythm help nervous systems synchronize and settle. When that synchrony is missing, stress responses persist longer, and people struggle to calm down alone. If caregivers were also a source of fear, loyalty and dependence can trap children in chronic alarm states. Some adults avoid closeness because small misunderstandings feel like threats, so they withdraw before any repair happens. Others practice reaching out early, using one trusted person to co-regulate until their body learns a steadier baseline. Trauma often disrupts the social brain, so healing frequently requires restoring safety through real interaction and feedback. When connection becomes tolerable, the body spends less energy on defense and more on exploration and learning. Look for small signs of safety in daily life, like steady eye contact, predictable kindness, and respectful boundaries. If you want more ways to rebuild trust in your body and relationships, subscribe for future lessons that stay practical. Explaining what happened can clarify meaning, but often fails to quiet the body's automatic alarm. The mechanism is that trauma responses run through physical and hormonal loops that do not obey logic on command. People may tell a coherent story while still reliving sensations, images, and impulses that surge without warning. This gap can create frustration, as insight grows while daily triggers keep pulling the nervous system back. A person can describe their history in detail, yet their voice shakes when a hallway echoes like the past. Another person practices noticing sensations and grounding first, then speaks so words come with steadier breathing. Healing works best when it combines top-down understanding with bottom-up changes in sensation and movement. Medication can reduce extreme arousal, but lasting recovery also needs new experiences that teach the body safety. Choose one practice that targets the body, then pair it with reflection so that meaning and physiology shift together. Track one trigger each week and measure progress by quicker recovery, not by perfect calm in every moment. Bottom-up methods start with sensation and action, helping the brain rewrite threat responses through new bodily experiences. EMDR, or eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, uses guided attention and eye movements to loosen stuck traumatic fragments. Another option is yoga, which trains moment-to-moment sensing and shows the body that sensations can peak and pass. Neurofeedback trains brainwaves using feedback signals that reward calmer states and reduce automatic stress reactions. During EMDR, attention stays on a memory while the eyes move, and the body begins to treat it as a past event. In a trauma-sensitive yoga class, students practice noticing their breath and tension, then return to the room without collapse. These approaches work because trauma is stored in sensations and reflexes, so healing must reach those layers directly. Group rhythm practices add another path, because synchronized movement and voice can restore connection and vitality. Choose one bottom-up practice and commit to small repetitions, since nervous system learning depends on dose over time. Work with a trained professional when possible, and track changes in sleep, startle, and recovery after stress. Trauma recovery is about learning that the danger is over, even when the body still expects it. The goal is not to erase memory, but to restore choice, connection, and a sense of being at home inside. We explored how trauma imprints as fragments in the emotional brain, then returns through sensations, images, and reflexes. We also saw why safety with others regulates the nervous system, and why words alone rarely change physiology. As regulation improves, sleep can deepen, attention can widen, and relationships can feel less like constant risk management. New body skills can turn fear into signals you can respond to, which supports work, parenting, and creativity. Start small by building one daily practice of sensing, naming, and settling, rather than chasing dramatic breakthroughs. Add one relational support, such as a weekly check-in with a trusted person, and treat repair as progress. Over time, the body can learn the present again, and the past can stay in the past. If these ideas help you understand trauma with more compassion and clarity, subscribe for future breakdowns that stay grounded.